What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be doing gold analysis, starting with the daily and then working down into the lower time frames. So pretty much what you need to do is just scroll out on gold. Just scroll out and just take a look at previous price actions or price action from the past, right? So what we can see is we have a double bottom here, right? So underneath this double bottom, we're going to have liquidity. We also have double bottoms here, have this wick here. And what gold has done is it's pretty much broke through this area, right? It's broken through and it's kind of grabbed the liquidity, right? So what we need to do is find, as gold tapped into any order blocks underneath all of this liquidity, right? So what I can see right here is we do have an order block zone underneath the liquidity, right? So what we've done is we've tapped into this order block right here, right? So you can see there's a gap between this down candle here and any other candles, right? If we scroll across, we can see gold is tapped into the wick on the daily time frame, and we have a bullish reaction. So around, I would say 1660, that's the area where gold has tapped into, and we could see, further upside momentum from here, right? So what we need to do then is not ignore what what structure is telling us right now also, right? So what I can see is we have this low here, we have this high. What gold has done is broken through this low, right? So we do have a bearish break of structure. So we're going to mark that out with a BOS, right? So we've got a BOS right here. And what I do is I look for the last up candle before the break, right? So all we got to do is we have the break. We're going to just follow it up until we see the last up candle before the break with the imbalance, right? So if we do this, we can follow it up, follow it up, follow it up, and it comes to this candle right here, right? So we can see clearly that we have this up candle. We push this across, and we can see the imbalance right here, right? So you can even see, or you can even mark out your fair value gap right here. We might have a, let's just put it as red, and that's your fair value gap, right? So we'll check a quick marker on this at OB, like this, right? So this is daily time frame, remember this, and then we could put FVG, right? So fair value gap right here, right? So what we're going to do now is go into the 4 hour just to see what the time frame is looking like and what we can actually read from the 4 hour, right? So what we'll do, we've dropped into the 4 hour, right? So what you can see now is your order block starts from here, your daily order block starts from here all the way up to here. So we have that up move here, right? That would be a daily order block. So what we can do now is refine it into the 4 hour just to give us, somewhat a better entry. And what I can see here is we have our up candle, we even have a break and a fair value gap, right? So we can now make this a lot smaller. The fair value gap, we can keep it big like this. I personally don't keep the fair value gap on there anymore. But we can also identify that, look, we did break through this area right here, right? It broke through this area and we never came back to test this OB, right? So what we could be expecting now is the markets have tapped into this daily OB here, right? Or this area right here, bounced off. We could see somewhat of a move up. We could see a little push down. We could have some sort of OB here. Let's just check on the 1 hour, right? Do we have any order blocks down in this little zone here? And I believe we do. So what gold has done, it's broken above these highs here. We have our last kind of down candle with impulse up. So we can mark out this zone right here. We'll just check it in grey. So what we could see from gold kind of opening up, we could see somewhat of a move down into this area like this, a little bit of a push up, and we could see gold making its way into this zone at some point, right? So that's an analysis that I would definitely be looking at, right? So we could be seeing something like this happening this week, right? So what I would do now is I will leave this zone marked out right here, and then I'll keep my analysis as iron gold is going to hit this zone and we could see a sell, right? So I'm just trading what I see on the daily time frame into the 4 hours. Nothing wrong with going into the lower time frames and checking out your order blocks and seeing if you could, if you feel like gold is going to make this move up, or from this zone, you can check how many pips it is. All right, so it's 563 pips. To get a buy in this zone should be easy, right? If gold's going to go up, we should easily be able to get a buy into this order block, right? So what I'll be doing is be watching this zone here. I'll be watching this zone, right? So we could see either or, like this, right? So you keep your analysis at this zone. So what I'll do is I'll have my short position here waiting. I'll set an alert at this zone here. So we're looking around 1720. I'll have it looking like this. And then we can even have our long positions somewhat here. Stops over here. And we can even be looking for buys up. Right, so I'll be waiting on these two zones, waiting for the confirmation at these zones. How will I do that? Well, pretty much gold comes into this area here. I will be waiting for my engulfing candle. So let's just move this up. I'll be waiting for gold to make a move into this zone. I'll then be waiting for a bearish engulfing candle, somewhat like this, right? And you'll have your little wick here. You have your wicks here. And what I'll then be doing is waiting for the third candle to come up, tap into the wick of this candle. I'll take my sell here, stops will go above this candle here. And that's where I'll be looking to enter the trade, like that. Even better if it's a lot smaller, right? So you can have your stop loss a lot smaller, right? And then you'll be looking for gold to make its bearish move down in the trade, and then so on and so forth. You've got your sell, right? That is literally what I'll be waiting for to take this trade. If gold breaks through the zone, and we do have a push up and breaks above these highs here, then I'll be looking for my buys. What I'll be looking for is if gold does make a move up past this order block, I'll be waiting for it to push back down, and then I'll be looking for the buys back up. So that's pretty much the gold analysis, right? So we've identified that, okay, on the daily time frame, what we see is tapped into this order block. We could have a push up. Whether that breaks through this order block, we don't know, right? We do have zones higher up, I should mention, right? So we have a zone here. You can see we have an up candle, we have an imbalance here. A zone that gold will mitigate at one point, will come back to these zones. Again, the same thing. So gold is going to go back to, I'd say, 1785 and 1750 at some point. In terms of like a daily time frame, change in structure, what I would like to see personally is, as we've broken through here, right, I would like to see somewhat, a little bounce from here. So we'll be reacting to this, it'll come up into this zone, you'll have a reaction to this, but eventually breaking above, right? So if we do break above this zone on the daily, right, what I would expect then is gold to make its move down, potentially tapping into an order block somewhere down here, right? So you'll have your order block somewhere down here then. And then what we would have is your EOS to the upside, right? So we'd have a breaking structure. And then I would be looking for my move up, right? So on the daily. And then obviously you switch down at the 4 hour, find your order block, find your entry, and then you could be looking at something very nicely and move up. That is my analysis for gold. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching.